Well, thank you for watching News 12 Connecticut. I'm Allie Warshavsky.
Right. I'm Allie Warshavsky, and every morning I'm a traffic reporter on News 12 Connecticut. But in my free time, I love to play tennis here at Chelsea Piers, Connecticut, and I am ranked about a 4.5 right now. My earliest tennis memory is my dad taking me out onto a court and just throwing balls at me and trying to get it over the net. He had no tennis experience at all. He never played, but him and my mom wanted me to play because they were like, it's a lifelong sport. So I think we might have been in Cape Cod when he tried to teach me, and it's been love at first hit, I guess. I learned that I think way too much. It's definitely great to think ahead. However, when you're starting off a match and you're already worried about how the second set's going to end, it kind of sets you up for failure. You definitely always good to have a game plan, but always focus on the shot that you're working on then, the point you're working on then, because focusing on that is going to get you farther than worrying about the future outcome. My college coach, I remember he first asked me, how do you win a tennis match? And like, I don't know, hit the ball harder than the other player. He said, no, you get one more ball in. It never really resonated with me until I realized that you need patience, and that's what they really preach to you. Every coach does. Be patient. You can't kill every shot. You have to be consistent, and a lot of consistency is patience right there. And I still, in everyday life, have to remind myself that my coaches are right. You got to be patient. It's just so fun. You make a lot of friends through it. It's competitive. It's a great way to release aggression. It's a great workout. I mean, you're working so many muscles. You're learning so many things. You can work on it all your life. You can always improve, and you can always play at whatever level you want to play at. My weapon would be, if I'm really warmed up and I've been playing a few days in a row, is my serve. I can really whip a serve fast. I'm really good at aiming it. Starting off a match, it's always great to have that. Kind of sets the tone. My weakness would probably be, I always thought my forehand was the best shot in the world, and then I realized that I don't really put nearly as much top spin on it as I should. I can hit my forehand very hard. It just doesn't always go in. Unfortunately, my backhand is more consistent. I get a lot more spin on it. Two things. In high school, if someone called the ball out and I thought it was in, I would freak out, most likely throw a game because I was so frustrated and I thought that was proving a point, but I was really only hurting myself. I lost the whole game because someone cheated me out of 1 point. So that's a lot of points to lose versus one. And I love my dad. He is one of my biggest fans. He was always cheering me on at high school and college matches. However, if he had tried to give me a tip, well, maybe it was a good one, I would freak out and I'd get so mad, and oh, my poor dad. Thank you for sticking with me through that, Dad, because I was pretty mean sometimes. Way too many. Sometimes they don't help, but just kind of now take it one shot at a time. Really focus on that one shot. What's their weakness? Think about it. One time when I was younger, I played a whole match not realizing I was playing a lefty. Are they a lefty? Don't hit where you're normally going to hit because you're hitting it to their forehand. So things like that. Just really think about your opponent's weaknesses. So I would probably choose Andy Roddick. I got to see him play in the Davis Cup when I was really little, and he hit his fastest serve at that point ever. Seeing it from the stands was incredible, so I want to be right there on that baseline, seeing it go by. I'd probably duck. I also just loved his personality on the court. I thought he was funny. He showed he was human, and you could watch a match, depending on how it was going for him, you could have also a comedy show as well. I mean, I definitely don't keep it cool, but I think the thing you would most likely hear me scream is my name very loudly, because when I mess up, I just am like, how could you do that? Why did you hit that to their forehand? So I usually scream Allie for all the world to hear. I'm definitely a racket. I love control over situations, and a racket generally controls where the ball is going. So I'd have to say I'm a racket. One, don't take 95 south in the morning or ever, really. It's always backed up. Two, no rubbernecking. It's a big traffic reporter pet peeve. That's what causes most delays when there's an accident. Just keep going. And three, you'll hear me say it 1,000 times a morning, take it slow. If you take it slow, you're probably not going to get into an accident. You're going to be paying attention. Relates back to that whole patience thing, right? No, they haven't let me up there yet. Okay. We've had other girls go up for our sister stations, but I've only been on the ground and in a car during the winter. They'd make me drive around and tell you how the roads are.